Hi, I want to share two crazy stories. The first one, maybe you've heard before. There's a group of people and they are looking into going into a new territory, and they are set to scout out the land, actually to tour the land and to see what's coming. So they go look at the land, and there's 12 of them. So 10 of the people who went come back and say, this land that you sent us to, that we're meant to conquer, I don't know how we're gonna do it. The people are giants, even the food is huge, everything, the walls are fortified around the cities. I don't know how it's possible. And then there's two people in the group who come back with a different report, and they say how beautiful it is and how incredible this land is and how the fruit is delicious and beautiful. Why? What's the difference between these two, this division of the group, the 10 and the 2? First, I'll tell you, if you haven't caught on where this comes from, this is actually a story in the Torah, in the Parsha, a few weeks ago, and it's a story known as the Spies. And it's really interesting because when it says that Moshe sends them into the land to be spies on the land, it uses a certain word. So the word that's often used in reference to the story is the meraglim, they're known as. Who are the meraglim? Meraglim is actually a term for someone used to actually spy, to go in as a spy, like you would picture a modern day spy, and to determine for war, what they need to know, to win, everything. But there's a different word that the Torah uses when sending these men in, and it uses the word letayer. Tayer comes from this word that means tour, like a tourist, right? And it's a different way to go out the land and see the land and look at it. It's a different perspective. Are you looking at it from like a military perspective? Or are you looking at it from like to tour and to see what's coming and to get excited? It reminds me, actually, someone was recently telling me, and we were driving through a beautiful neighborhood, and she was telling me how her father is in the building industry, has a background, and he can look at a house and he can tell the quality of the house. And you might see it and it might look beautiful. She told me this house they were living in, it was a beautiful house and they all loved it. But the father could tell that it wasn't built with the quality as the house that they were living in before. And it's just like a difference in perspective of what you're seeing, of what your mission is, what are your goals. And so what's so interesting about this is, because of this incident, the Jews had to now wander for 40 years in the desert. This whole generation had to die out before they actually got to go into the land of Israel. It's catastrophic for the Jewish people. And actually, it's coming up a day this summer. There's this big day of mourning this summer called Tisha B'Av, when the first temple was destroyed in Jerusalem, the second temple was destroyed in Jerusalem, and many catastrophes for our people throughout these thousands of years have happened exactly on this day, Tisha B'Av, and that was the day that the spies came back with this negative report about the land. So what's so bad about it? One idea is, yes, that it's negative, that they're just breeding negativity, yes, but there's more to it. There's another point which I heard this year that I just think is so fascinating because of the difference in language. The spies got mixed up. They misunderstood what was their mission and their purpose for going in the first place. These 10 spies thought their mission was to see how they can conquer the land. But God told them that He would help them, that they would be able to do it. The other two remembered that their mission was actually not military. It was to go in and to tour, to look, to explore. What do you do when you go travel to a country, to a new place? You like to tour, see the landmarks, eat the food, try it out. They misunderstood their mission. And these 10 great Jewish people who misunderstood their mission created this day of catastrophe for the Jewish people for many, many years to come. Wow. The basis of it is misunderstanding their mission. Okay, one more story, okay? This one's a little more modern. Imagine this story, okay? There are two buses in Jerusalem. There's two bus drivers. Has anyone ever been there? Have you seen the buses in Jerusalem and what they're like? Okay, so line 27 is a double bus. It's packed. Where does it go? Every day it's taking students to and from classes, to and from school. It is so busy, and the whole day long, tons of passengers. Line 5 is much quieter. It's a single bus, and usually its purpose is to help seniors get from where they live to hospitals, to appointments at the hospitals and doctors' offices. Now, the driver of the 5 every day would drive by and see this 27 bus and think, wow, look at that bus. He is so busy. He is so full. What a popular bus. He is bringing in so much money for the company. You know what? The company might think, I'm this old guy. This is all I can handle. I'm going to show them. The next day he goes into work and he takes a bus and he puts on the number 27 and he goes on the route of the 27. The whole day he's loving it. People on and off, smushed, tons going on. He goes back to his office at the end of the day and he shows them, look at how much income I brought in to the bus company today. Look what I did for you. And his boss looks at him and he's aghast. What did you do? Why? Why is this such a problem? Why is the boss upset about this? It's because their agreement with the government is there needs to be buses going to all these different places. And if the bus company ever catches on and decides that they're only going to take the routes that bring them more income, what's going to happen? The government gives them a big fine per day. So it's very nice. You brought in this income, but now we have this fine from the government we're going to deal with. And on top of that, what happened to all those people who were waiting for the bus to go to their appointment? Why were you driving the 5 bus? This boss says. Why was that your route? It's because you are an older, more experienced driver. You don't have to deal with all the busyness and the on and the off and the packed bus. I gave you an easier route in your seniority. Wow. My stomach just fell when I heard this story. This guy, he misunderstood what it was all about. Here he had this position of prestige within the bus company, and all he's doing is he's looking at what someone else is doing and he's thinking, that's what I want to do. He's misunderstanding what's his mission, what's his role, what's his job. And I think these stories are so powerful because each one of us, we have a mission and a job to do in this world, and it's our responsibility to look at our strengths, look at what we're good at, look at what we're passionate about, look how we can help the world be a better place, and to figure out what is our mission. Some people's mission has much more small reach. Maybe it's just within yourself, something you need to work on and fix. Maybe it's something within just those immediate people around you, or it could be big and it could affect the whole world. And even the small little things, even within yourself, if you work on something in yourself, you are spiritually impacting like crazy the entire world. So nothing should be underestimated. It's all super important. But I think it's so interesting and what perspective to go through life thinking not just what do I want to do next, but does this fit with my mission? Is this part of who I am? Is this what I'm meant to be doing? Food for thought. You can apply this in your life in many ways. You can also apply this in dating. As always, like to reference that. And if anyone wants to meet, I do matchmaking, if you don't know that yet. And if anyone wants to set up a one-on-one meeting, we could talk about what you're looking for, and I can put you in my system, and happy to help. You could just reach out. Thanks so much. Have a great day.